we go. Sunday. Wonderful Sunday, wonderful Sunday. And there we are. We're everywhere. We're in all the places, and yet again, prepped and ready to miss any chat that might happen if it did happen. Anyway, yeah, today I'm going to be trying to faff around with Powered by the Apocalypse and creating a fantasy RPG system that will be entertaining and interesting and all that good stuff. So there's going to be a few different resources involved. Just drink that a little bit. First off, I've already kind of put together some of the rules. And they're here. Yeah. On the Dungeons Line website. So there's going to be basic stats, basic moves, an escape death move. We're going to be kind of stealing lots and bits and pieces from different things and different systems and seeing how it all goes. I think I find really odd. So I have issues with Streamlabs. Number one, its layout is crap. I much prefer OBS, where you can just like drop things wherever you want, and they dock the layout manager, layout editor thing in Streamlabs. As far as I can see, is a bit rubbish. But hey, that's that. I should probably recalibrate my my head, because I'm currently staring at the sky, looking up at you lovingly with my big round eyes, which are really just bits of the blob. Calibrate. There we go. We're more calibrated now. This is good. Yeah. So the basics we'll see through play, and we'll add to the system as we go. Now, one thing, so there are going to be 3 classes: barbarians, magic users, and specialists. No heal bots. And we're going to use some bits and pieces from Dungeon World. So that'll be a thing. And yeah. Now, the reason I ended up picking, we're going to be using Hexcrawl, which is it creates maps, right? It creates hexcrawls. It's pretty cool. I've not really used it in Anger, so we're going to be using it in Anger today. And the big thing was when I rolled it, this was for capital city. The capital city is Gura. This meant that I had to use it because, you know, it's the law. It randomly decided to be the city of Gura. I had to play it. This is life. So first off, we're going to make a couple of characters. We've also got Foundry here for keeping some notes so that I don't lose them, and also for the Mythic if I need Mythic, and all the rest of it, right? So, what are we going to do? Well, first of all, we need to create characters. Create characters. I'm going to create 2, so I'm going to create a magic user. Well, I should create 3, right? So we can play around with all 3 of the classes. But then it'll feel like, oh look, you can do a little bit of everything. So, should I just create 1 or should I create 2? Should I create 1 or should I create 2? Create 1 or create 2? That's the question. 1 or 2? I don't need those dice. I've gone and stuck my dice all the way over there. That's a nuisance. 1 second. Now, one thing that I quite like about PBTA, in general, is that look how many dice I've got. Donk. There we go. Now that's a board rubber. That's not going to help you. All right, three dice. That's for maximum number of dice I need to do this. Now, why am I not just using Dungeon World? The thing about Dungeon World is I don't like hit points. In fact, if there was one reason why I have real pain in Dungeons and Dragons, OSR, that is not the full thing. The biggest issue with it is hit points. And I think getting rid of hit points and going to the harm system is infinitely more interesting. So, this is going to be our little character sheet for the Barbarian. One thing I was thinking about again is World of Dungeon, but the problem again with World of Dungeon is it still uses hit points. I suppose you could just replace it, but no matter. This is kind of what we're doing, right? We're trying to figure out where a nice middle ground is going to be between the two. So, what we need to do first is for our Barbarian, what we do is we go to the Dungeon Zell and we pick one of these 4 lines for the basic stat options for them. And we'll take... So we've got one here which is kind of tough. Kind of strong, physically strong, durable, and charismatic. We've got one here which is strong, dexterous, and wise. We've got one here who is strong, durable, not very wise, and not very charismatic. I think out of these 3 options for this character, this first line, right, the +1, +0, +1, -2, +0, +1 is probably the more interested, is the one we're going for this time, right? So strength is +1, dex is +0, con is +1, intelligence is -2, wisdom is 0, charisma is +1. Right? Cool. So they're barbarian, and what should their name be? It's times like this I wish I just had the oh, I know. 1 second. I'm pretty sure one of these 2 books, one of these 2, I don't know whether or not it's Fable Tables 1 or Fable Tables 2, has a random name generator. Let's check this one. Number 2, rewards, requests, road events, NPC encounters, items, dungeons, buildings, towns, worlds, religions. It's not that one. Is it this one? Names, page 14. It was this one. Page 14. Oh, so this isn't quite what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a... so in Traveller, they've got which I should have played yesterday, but I didn't. I didn't feel like it. In Traveller, they've got a kind of syllables and vowels thing going on in there, which is interesting, because I mean, if we're going to do just like real names put together, I may as well just use Foundry, not Foundry, Fantasy Name Generator. I'll stick those down there for now. They got some useful tables, but I don't know if I'll need for useful tables when we're using what you would call it, right? For some reason, the the VStream widget hasn't detected that we're in a thingamajig, and I would have to refresh in order to see that. That's kind of annoying. Oh, and the YouTube one's not working either. Great, cool. Top banana. There we go. Well, I don't think anyone's going to be watching on VStream anyway. But we never know. If you do, I don't know, send me a text message. Oh no, we do. Hershey. Oh, hello. Oh, it's someone lurking in there. They've got a little tick mark and everything. Hello, Hershey. Of all the channels that didn't, of all the channels and chats that didn't work, it was the one where someone might actually exist. Oh well. So yeah, this is going to be fun to try and keep track of that. Because the universe hates us. That's what the universe does. It hates us. It always does. But anyway, so we've picked. We need a name. That was what we were doing. So let's quickly get a name. Fantasy name generator. As noted, we always use the same place. Fantasy name generator. Dungeons and Dragons. Sure, why not? Let's just go for... Wow, there are rabbit people in Dungeons and Dragons. You learn something new every day. Let's just get human names. Rezun Pushi. Okay, Rezun Poshi. Rezun, REZUNPOSHI. Rezun Poshi. So that's a fighter. We're good. We got ourselves a wee fighter. Not very exciting. The least exciting character sheet you're going to see in a while, unless you've ever seen my my very small character sheets for OSR, which are the least exciting character sheets ever. These ones. Those bad boys. Oh, look at those tiny character sheets. Do these one have a picture? No, I don't. These one haven't got the picture inside of them. They are pictureless. But hey ho. Do. Yeah, cool. Top bananas. Here's a question. Oh, as always, with these things, should we have more than one character? I reckon let's just roll a d6, right? 4 to 6 will have another character. 4 to 6 will have another character. 1 to 3 we'll just go with a Rezun the Barbarian, right? Let's go back to here, just make sure. So 1 to 3, just one character. 4 to 6, 2. 1. Okay, so we'll just play with Rezun for now. We might add another character later on. And it gets us on the road faster, right? Let's just have a little drink of this lovely coffee that we've got. Delicious coffee. Do you like coffee? I like coffee. This is the delicious coffee brought by my wonderful housemate. Anyway, when it's Sunday, we best all have a great time. Chill out. Relax. Be vaguely annoyed that the upcoming streams box doesn't work. If I click log out and I go log in with Discord, can I get my chat to work again? I can. Look. Oh, there we go. See, now I can see the chat for the old V stream. You're in there. I'm in. I've done it. Oh, I'm not just an idiot slime ball. You know, I'm not living there with -2 intelligence. I might be. I probably am. All right, cool. Top bananas. That makes everything far easier. So if we go back to browser, there we go. Right. One day I want to get like some cool transitions where you go whoosh, 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 like that, right? You know, zoom in, zoom out. That'd be great. Like the one that I really love is Zoomy from which is she? She's not Idle. Is she Iron? But yeah, I really like Zoomy's kind of zoom in, zoom out with a little potion bottle. That's really cool. I think that'd be wicked. That's an asset one day I might fork out some change for. But until then, we've got to live with 6 different chats and 7 different selves. My word, I've been going for 15 minutes already. I don't believe that. I have. I'm sorry. I always try and intend on getting started quickly, but I just can't help it. I rabbit all the time. I'm a proper rabbiter. Anyway, so here we are, the city of Gura. This is where we're starting. And as noted, our basic moves, so the things that we can always keep in mind. So we've got Apply Force, which is a strength move. So pushing boulders, knocking open doors, hitting someone with a sword, anything like that, right? Apply Force. We've got, pull someone up. Be nimble, so pick locks, open traps, do acrobatics, a leap across a large space, catch a rope and do a spinny thing and kick something in the face. That would all be dexterity. That would all be nimble. Tough it out, hold on to a ledge, survive, kind of slowly being crushed, ignore damage that you've taken, endure other hardships, starvation, etc., etc., etc. We'll use tough it out. Spout law. So this will be if we turn around and go, there's a troll in there. And one of the players goes, trolls turn into stone in sunlight. And you'd go, that sounds like you're trying to spout law. And you tell roll some dice, and they'd roll the dice. I should probably turn on in this scene, because I think we might need it. Where is it? Where's my little camo? There's my little camo. The old mixed reality mode. Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? There we go. We've got dice. And they're just about in view. Right, cool. They can live up there. Make them smaller. Should we make them smaller? Let's make them a little bit smaller. Yeah, there you go. And maybe what we need to do is make it a little bit... let's make it a little bit... Yeah. I can't remember how to make this kind of... Oh, I remember. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Of course, it's probably different in... Oh, there we go. That's it. It's probably a little bit different in Streamlabs than it is in... What should we call it? The other one. OBS? That's it. Yeah, in OBS. So I've been using OBS now for like 6 months, and now I've gone over to Streamlabs. Streamlabs supports multi-streaming out of the box, and it's like $30 a month cheaper than Restream.io. So I was like, stuff that, I'm using this. Which, of course, is why I now have 3 different boxes of chat. I've got to figure out how chat works. But no one ever chats anyway. I didn't finish talking about the list of things that I was talking about because I'm an idiot. Let me finish off speaking about the things that I was talking about. So yeah, that would be spout law. When the player attempts to insert some knowledge into the game, and it might be true, it might not be true. Deduce circumstances. This is kind of like, what killed this person? Is there a secret? Is there a secret item in this? A secret thing in this room? What happened here? I think the secret entrances and secret doors is going to be an interesting one. We'll see how it goes. I should probably have a normal dungeon tracker as well. I'll probably print out a dungeon tracker. Because we are at the end of the day going to be crawling. It's just that the crawling the fights will be more spectacular and quicker. In theory. But also we're doing an awful lot of figuring out how these blocks are going to work. So make a deal. So that's kind of the generic charisma one. Maybe it should be carousing. But anyway, the idea here is most interactions that you have with other entities inside of the universe are going to be you attempting to negotiate a better outcome for yourself, right? We want them to like you. So on the abstract, it's always kind of make a deal. That's probably those bottom 2 are the ones that I'd probably play around with the most. And normally, when you make a deal, you might be making a deal because you're intimidating someone. You might be making a deal by seducing someone. You might be making a deal by just being legit. All those different things. And do harm, we're kind of assuming that small weapons do 1 harm. All weapons do 1 harm, and some weapons do a bit more harm, right? And we've got luck, which is a limited resource. So luck never recovers. We might go that when you level up, there'll be a choice to pick luck, right? The other thing I've not thought about is what the leveling up mechanic should be. So in Dungeon World, basically their leveling up thing is 7 experience points plus your level. That feels a bit quick, but then when it's offset by the fact that your luck's running out, maybe it's not. Maybe you'll never get to that. Versus, I mean, I'd quite like to stick with the traditional OSR leveling scheme, right? So it's like 1,000. Well, for a fighter, it's like 1,500 for level 2. It's 3,000 for level 3. Level 3, it's 6,000 for level 4, 12,000 for level 5, etc., etc. I think that's kind of. I think it's particularly because it's then tied to finding gold, and I think that's fun. Anyway, right, cash. He's going to start off with some coins. I can't really remember how much stuff costs in Thingy. So 120 coins. So we've got 120 coins to spend on junk. And we're going to mostly... oh, no. No. I need to be better at being dexterous. So we've got 100 and... How many did I say? 9, 12. 120 coins. Let's just make a little note of that. 120 coins. 120 coins. Another thing that I don't know how to deal with it is maybe the barbarian should get a level of armor for free at the start, right? Maybe that should be like the barbarians thing. They've got like armor 1, so they've got like harm reduction 1 by default. Yeah, let's do that, right? So barbarian will note on the back harm reduction. It's not very exciting. It's probably not very good as a thing, but they've got harm reduction -1, right? So they reduce the harm that they take by 1. So that means an awful lot of the low level stuff they're kind of immune to. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Swish. Next, now, correct gear. Is there an easy way for me to share this? Probably. If I go to... Oh, I actually have one. Adobe. Where is this hiding? There it is. Cool. Because I was also thinking about using the Black March book stuff, but I'm not going to. Cool. That's a bit big. Let's make it... No. We should let go of that. What we need to do is that, and then shrink that. And we're too much at the bottom as well. Oh, look at that. Terrible. Shrink that. Right, cool. Now... There we go. Top bananas. Right. Happy days. Sublime. We're having a sublime time. Stick that in there and then go to... Where are we going? What are we doing? Why are we doing it? How are we doing it? Yeah, over here. So we've got 120 coins. A raggedy bow costs 15 coins. Okay. That would be an idea, a ragged bow. Get ourselves a rubbish little bow for 15 coins. What else have we got in there? Swords. We'd quite like a short sword. A long sword does +1 damage. So maybe we'll get a long sword. Yeah, what kind of barbarian has a little piddly sword? A long sword costs... How much does it cost? 15 coins. See, that's quite funny. The idea that a sword... or a battle axe or a flail would cost the same as a raggedy bow is pretty hilarious. So we're going to change that. I'm going to make the long sword is going to cost us 40 coins. Should we get a battle axe? Oh, let's get a battle axe. That's way cooler. So we're going to have a battle axe and its stats are... So battle axe Let's stick it on the I'll show you this once I've finished filling it in, because I mean you can just sit there and imagine the beautiful scene of this large kind of, really, because it's going to be silly, right? It's going to be kind of double-sided battle axe, like the I'm pretty sure that it didn't ever exist in the real worlds, right? But it does here. So it's +1 harm. +1 harm. What else has it got on its matrix? Yeah, just +1 harm and close. So that's 40 coins. So we'll take that. That's cool. And we'll take... And we're going to take that ragged bow as well. I think that should be fine. Ragged bow. That's going to cost... I'm going to say that costs us 10 coins. And coins in this are kind of like a silver piece. As I've said before, gold is the kind of thing that kings and important people use to kind of trade amongst themselves. It's kind of useless to the average person. Generally, all that will happen if a normal person has gold coin is someone will rob them. Generally, someone rich, but possibly the Thieves Guild will come along and rob them. You never know. But yeah, so gold. The main use of gold is for adventurers to get clout with important people, nobles and whatnot. So, what are we going to do? So yeah, so we've got a ragged bow, so that's 50 coins that we've used up. Armor, we're not going to have armor because, barbarian. I like barbarians, they're funny. Adventuring gear. So adventuring gear is kind of like generic equipment. So it's kind of a quantum box, but I don't mind it. Adventuring gear, and that costs 20 coins. And it's got 5 uses, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 uses of adventuring gear. And that costs us 20 coins. And we've got dungeon rations. So dungeon rations, and that's got 5 uses as well, and that's going to cost us 3 coins because it doesn't like nice, round, easy to add up numbers because it hates me. You got to do maths live on stream, right? That's the one, and we're going to take. So in here they've got bandages and poultice and herbs. So I'm going to say like bandages. Bandages can stop bleeding if we've got a bleed effect. So we'll take bandages. So bandages. They've got 3 uses. 1, 2, 3. And they cost 5 coins. So basically they're clean stuff, right? And then we got poultices and herbs, so that's cool. We'll use that. Poultices, and herbs. So that can be used to remove effects or harm. It's got 2 uses, and it's slow, and that costs us 10 coins. So that kind of feels like. I feel 40, 10, 50, 20. 23, 50, 20, 70, 78, 88, 120 coins. I think that's actually all that I can afford because we're going to have to have some money left over for dealing with town, right? So 40, 50, 70, 78, 88 leaves me with 20, 30, 32 coins left over, right? 32 coins. Bandages are slow. Cool. Yeah, that's what we've got. So, back to the barbarian. And also let's get the overlook of the world. And again, using using we're using Hexcrawl. It's a really very exciting website. As said, I've not used it in Angie yet. We're going to use it in Angie today. Full Angie, lots of Angie. So we can also, so I think there should also be like a carouse of some level. So we're going to go into, and this is the city. It is, as said, Gura City, the city of Gura. It is the capital of the kingdom of Vaviana. We are surrounded. We've got 2 lands. I'm probably going to stick some islands off this western coast, probably. We've got an island over there. I quite like the idea of island adventures. I think the idea of kind of like the Jason and the Argonauts, or was it Jason and the Argonauts who was the boat person? I think it was Jason and the Argonauts who was the boat person. Anyway, we don't need this Adobe up anymore. I think he was a boat person. He was a boat person. We'll say he was a boat person for now. I should probably have changed my background to something which is a bit more fantasy, shouldn't I? Main BGM. No, that's music. Although, we can have a little bit of our see, this is how much I'm slacking, right? We're going to Foundry. Of course, we've got the audios. I was probably even doing one here. Themes, Voyage. Oh, I love a bit of Voyage. Sea Dog's Revenge. Welcome to Ravinka. That sounds cool. And also, let's make sure that it's going directly into my headset and not coming out over there as well, because that'd be a thing. There we go. Oh, let's turn it down a bit. Volume? Yeah, because I don't want to hear it too much. Of course, this is one of those problems when I do stream it directly into my headset, is that it can become kind of like overly loud for me, but then once it's adjusted for you folks, it's unaudible. Again, hey, maybe I should get like a whole thing, but no, I don't make any money. This is our hobby. We're in hobby space, people. Sorry, I'll do something interesting soon. It'll be fine. I won't. It'll be really boring, but hey, this is where we are. Something else cool that I did. So I should probably so I use default. Default. Let's just call it default for now. Sure, whatever. Let's go to default for a second. So one thing that I did, this is kind of a record for us today. This is something that I set up for something else. Well, this is something that I set up for OSR crawls. So I've got this card stack, right? And then we got dungeon tiles, and then we can go deal 1. Now, how did that work? I can't remember how this worked. Too many things. Dealt 1 card each to... Oh, I've kind of forgotten how it works. How does it work? Rollable table, dungeon pile, dungeon tiles, board stack. Oh, it hadn't... No, it's not worked. Close you and go dungeon tiles. Yeah. No. Something's changed. Something's changed. I don't know what. Dungeon tiles? That's strange. Deal? No, yeah. Right, yeah. So I'm supposed to deal them onto a stack, right? So if I dealt like 5 cards, let's do random deal, right? So now we've got 5 cards on here. Now I think I should be able to do, yeah. So you can then go. These go onto the board. It would probably help if I was on tile move mode. So you can then go, right, so that one's on the board. This one comes down. This one comes down. These all come out, right? You can deal them face up or face down. So then you can just like place them because they all kind of add up, if you see what I mean. So that's something. That's quite cool. And then, of course, as you just saw, you can flip them around. Anyway, so that was interesting. That's an interesting wee thing that I had. I don't need these. I don't need this calendar. I need the GME. I don't need the dungeon pile. I've distracted myself again. I'm always being distracted by myself. Just double check those channels, see if the millions of exciting human beings have arrived. No, we're still good. We're still safe. Still just us. I don't need this. We're good. Right. Top bananas. Happy days. Right. No. What did I just do? No, don't pop out. Pop back in. Pop in. Don't pop out. Pop in. Shh. Popped in. There we go. Let's get this party started. Let's get this dungeon moving. What I do need to have over here is the sandbox PBTA stuff, just to keep track of some things. Not really much of a session 0, whatever. So yeah, as said, we're in the city of Gura, right? The greatest city. No city has ever been anywhere near as cool as this city. So the forest is dense and dark here, but countless clusters of phosphorescent fungi are growing near the base of the trunks, creating a luminous, colourful glow above the ground. The city of Gura stands majestically surrounded by impenetrable walls deep in the woods. Gura is ruled by the hated tyrant Mayor Guras of Vakalar, and is known for its developed cultural life. There you go. I think we're probably starting off at the start of the season, so we're probably in a warm season, right? Makes sense to me. 4. It's clear. It's a clear day. It's a nice clear day. So, Vakalar is a tyrant, so that's worth knowing, isn't it? The city of Gura. So the first thing that we're going to do, I mean, here we are. We're a barbarian. We like a good drink. That's kind of that's one of our big things. We love a good beer, a good ale, and we've got 37 coins. So we're kind of broke, but it's fine. We'll find something to do, and we've got 4 taverns in town. So if we kind of look here, we can kind of see where all the bits and pieces are. Butchers, jewelers. All this has been auto-generated as well. So this is a wicked tool. If nothing else that you take from this, take away the fact that this is a very cool tool. Now I've lost the thing at the side. Come back to me, side thing. Not package and download. Do I have to click on one of these? Oh, there we go. We click on one of those. Right. But I didn't want this one. I want to go... All right, here we go. We go back to the city of Gura. And what we want to do is pick a bar, pick a tavern, right? It would be good, I think, if the tavern highlighted when you went into the thing, or if we could. Can we have a look on here? Tavern. See, this is the entire thing. This isn't. So here we go. Here are the taverns in Gura. The Gloomy Troll Tavern, the Mage Spear Tavern, the Black Torch Tavern. Well, the Gloomy Troll Tavern does sound... Let's go for the Black Torch Tavern. So we head into the Black Torch Tavern, all geared up and ready to get some rumours, right? Which is kind of what we're in for. So we've got cider and ale. Oh, cider! Oh, what an option! Nice cider, and for the all the Americans are asleep. In the sane part of the world, cider is almost always alcoholic. Cider. And so one thing often places should have more of is wines, sweet wines, and sour wines, because wine was common for a very long time. So we're not looking for a room. What we're here for is we're here for a bit of carousing and rumour acquisition. So we're going to say that there's a new move we don't currently have in our list of moves, which will just be carousing, right? We need to hit edit. So we're going to have carousing. And the whole thing here is we're trying to find rumours by just being a jovial fella. Right? We're in here being a jovial fella. And I reckon this is going to work with a normal way, right? So let's roll. What's our charisma again? Our charisma is +1. We don't have any negative effects on us. And I think we're not gonna buy a round for everyone because, as noted, we're not rich, right? Actually, first thing we're gonna do is attempt to figure out what we're in there. What's the player gonna be doing? The player's like, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna see if there's anyone in here that. Yeah, and I think it's 50-50, isn't it? Right? Do we think it's? I'm going to look for someone in particular who looks shady and interesting, or is it I'm going to ask some questions? I'm going to ask some questions, right? He's not I'm going to be clever about this. He's just going to be like, hey, let's have a drink or two. I reckon it'll cost. Well, let's roll 4, 5, because he's got +1. So that's something bad has happened, right? So what have we got going on in here? Okay, there's a group of people called the White Ghosts who are using this area as a thing. There's Alexander of Valeria, who's a dwarf. Elf. There's some elves. Wow. This is I tend not to have very many fantasy creatures in my universe, so we could kind of imagine that all these elves and dwarves are actually just... If we read elf is shorthand for specialist and dwarf is shorthand for barbarian. Halfling is a specialist normally, right? There aren't as many magic users as there are in here. So there is 2 job offers, right? A package to deliver in Gura, payment guaranteed at destination upon delivery. Yours, Luda Coke. Item lost to possession of mine was lost. Finder's reward is guaranteed. But we do have a negative event, right? So the ref can make a hard move, or something else can happen. And I think we're going to make it something else is going to happen, right? So let's go here. Random event. Give me a roll. Ambiguous event. Malice. And disruption. Okay, cool. Right, so let's find out quickly who the White Ghost is. Who's the White Ghost? The White Ghost Syndicate are plotting to... Okay, cool. Okay, the Syndicate usually gathers with a black torch. Their leader is really tough. Okay, cool. Well, that sounds exciting. But I need a rest room break. So I will be right back, right? Yeah. And now we're back. There we go. Right, cool. Top of the list. So, first roll, got a failure. And I reckon what's happened is... Uh-oh, where are we? This isn't Gura. We've gone into the lands of Azoria. Kingdom, Castle, City of Gura. We were in the Black Torch Tavern. And we just attracted the attention of the White Ghosts, right? Now what I reckon they're going to do, because we've been in there, we've spent a couple of coins, so we're down to 30 coin. Alright, so we've got 30 coin. 30 coins. And we've found nothing of interest, but what has happened is that we've been identified for a bit of the old thieving. Not thieving. kidnapping, because they're kidnapping people. So we're gonna travel from the Resna is traveling from the Black Torch to the Mage Spear Tavern, and on their way, because we failed the roll, right? On the way, someone comes up behind him and puts a sack over his head, right? Not great. He's got a sack over his head now. So what's Razuna gonna do? Well, I reckon Razuna is gonna try and grab the person who's put a bag over his head and pile drive him into a collection of boxes that are in the alleyway, and then like chickens are gonna run away, right? That kind of thing. I reckon he's got a -1 forward on his action, so he's gonna have -1 to this, but he's also got +1 due to his strength. So we're looking at, a nice flat dice roll. 11. Right, so spectacularly, he grabs the person behind him who's got this bag over his head, who's clearly thinking, "Aha, this is great. We've got this guy." And Raznor just grabs him wholesale by the shoulders and flings him over his shoulders and rams him down into this pile of boxes. And there's kind of a sound of chickens squawking and a pig running off and some people going, "Oh my, what's going on?" And Razna pulls off this sack off his head. You can hear people running away behind him, and there's just this guy broken in this pile of boxes, kind of like a bit of blood dripping out of their nose. There's kind of a big gash on the back of their head. They're not getting back up. And Resna, a bit of noise, kind of looks at the person and grunts, and just moves on, right? You're like, whatever. This is just another day. People trying to get up in my business, and we move on, and that combat is nicely dealt with. Not a problem. People, the kind of other people with the guy, kind of just seeing him just get picked up by his shoulders, flipped over, and just munged, just like we're not getting involved with that. That's not the one. This is not conducive to future business, kind of thing. And so, which one were we going to? We were going to the Magic Spear Tavern, right? So we go to the Magic Spear Tavern. Also, I was going to change the background because I'm still in Cyberpunk Bar. I shouldn't be in Cyberpunk Bar. I should be in. We should be in. Where should we be? Probably not my office documents. It's probably not where I want to be. BGMs, animated backgrounds. Shall we be in a haunted library? An epic dungeon? A veiled horizon. That's more of a when I do something apocalypsy. Let's just get back in line. Let's get back in my dungeon, shall we? That's what we'll do. My which one of that one? There we go. Let's get back in here. Yeah, that's it. That's far more like it. This is what we come here for, right? This is a beautiful place. Cool. Top bananas. So, that's the wrong one. We want to be here. Going to the Magic Spear Tavern. Let's hope that Resume is more successful here than they were before. So they approach the bar and again start trying to get into some conversations with people. They're trying to do their best to not let their barbarianness shine through. And this, of course, they're probably going to a common beer, a craft beer. How fancy! Or once again, cider. He strikes me as a cider kind of guy. He's from Somerset. I'd try and do a Somerset accent. Oh, wait, I didn't see that. The little place where we are has turned yellow. Awesome. That's useful. Right, I'm over the moon. So I reckon he's going to get some cider and... Oh, is he going to get some food? We roll a d4. I don't have a d4. We'll roll a d6 and only take an answer of 1 to 4. Uh-oh, it's gone away. But he rolled a 2. Stewed tenders of pork glazed with garlic and wine and served with baked potato for 1 silver piece. Cool, that sounds amazing. I'd quite like that right now. He'll throw a coin in for that and have this delicious food. So that'll be, yeah, so again, coins are kind of abstract. A coin. Now, Madmar of Gura, a level 1 fighter. Solara of Gura, level 1. So level 1 fighter is barbarian. Level 1 thief is a specialist. If we're using our context for cleric, will be a specialist. But let's see if this round of carousing yields us better results than our previous round of carousing. 4. No, it doesn't. Suffice to say, I think that our Resner here is a bit of a social not very used to this conversation in a nice civilized setting. And something, again, so we kind of find out what was in the bulletins. Travelling to Vakalar. No, we're not travelling to Vakalar. Travelling and not travelling. It's stolen. Something very dear to me has been stolen. Please reach out to Godbalar Christred. Okay. But, again, something bad's happened to us. What do we think's bad's happened to us? Keeper, staff... we can make a hard move. At the moment, though, I don't feel that there's a running theme in the background beyond these guys. But, of course, that's what happens, right? A group of thugs enters the bar, looking for the large barbarian that just sculled their friend. So there's a half dozen barbarians, not barbarians, angry gang members. So we've got angry gang members, and they are gonna grrr. They're grrr, right? Grrr, angry guys. Grrr. They're gonna have. I reckon we're gonna have 2 levels of harm, and they're. What do you think that they could probably do as a group? They could probably specials will be like reinforcements, reinforce, or pile on, right? Pile on. So that's going to be them. So we've got harm, 2 levels of harm. They can reinforce, pile on, and of course do harm. So they do 1 harm worth of damage when they do harm. Okay, so they come in and they're like, we're looking for this here barbarian. We're gonna smash his. He needs to come with us. We've got things to do with him. And they're like the barbarian, and Resume turns around and looks at them and goes, "You are welcome to try." Why's my camera not? There it goes. That's because because I've still got that open. I don't need that open. So yeah, we got this dude as seen, so you can pile on. So that's kind of like, I reckon they'll restrict your movement and they'll put a negative effect on him. But probably right, because there's a few of them. But I'd reckon the pile on means that they'll do more harm the next round they attack, right? Angry gang of fucks. Or they can reinforce and bring in another level of harm worth of fucks. Right, so I think make a deal. We're going to try and intimidate them, right? As Resume turns to him and goes, more children to play with. I will smash your brains into the table like some kind of obscene barbarian. Or words to that effect. Come at me. Come at me then if you think that you're powerful enough. So he's going to, he's doing a bit of the old intimidation. He's kind of finishing his beer whilst he does it. He's just finished his meal. Let's hope he's just finished his meal. So that's an 8 plus 1, 9. So it's a success with a consequence. So he's kind of intimidated them. So I reckon that'll give him a plus 1 forward. And I think the consequence is... What do you think are good? So there are kind of 3 options, right? It doesn't have quite the effect that you wanted, or it sacrifice some equipment. I don't really think that he's got any equipment to sacrifice. So we're not going to get more people in because that would be counter to it having been successful. I think it's going to have less effect, right? So he's just going to get plus 1 forward on his next action. And then... Yeah, so you kind of describe... We sit there, we go, aha! And they're all kind of looking around nervously, right? And... But they kind of look back at him and they kind of move towards him. And so he's going to grab the table that he sat behind and just whack these guys with this here table. So this is going to be an improvised weapon. So this weapon will do harm 1. And he gets plus 1 forward on this because of his previous move. And he's going to whack him with this here table, right? And he does, right? Rolls a 10, plus 1 for his strength, 11, plus 1 for his other, plus 1 for the forward, 12. So he just smashes these kind of 2 guys closest to him, and they just go flying across the room. One of them lands in someone else's kind of food. Another one just kind of crashes into the side of the bar. This is very much what he's done 1 level of harm to them. And yeah, they don't get to act because he's really done a number on them, right? So again, he's gonna roar and head towards them, again attempting to intimidate them, and we're gonna see if he does intimidate them, right? So, oh dear, where did that go? We always re-roll when we land outside of a box, so. An 11, so that's a 12 for this intimidation. We kind of look at him coming at them with this kind of smashed table in his hands. His big manly chest, all very coming up towards him. And they're like, we're out of here. We ain't doing this. This is ridiculous. This guy's insane. He's going to eat us alive. And they just turn tail and leg it out of the bar. And the bartender's like, wow, you can really handle yourself in a fight. And he's like, of course I can handle myself in a fight. I am Resma Posci, greatest barbarian of the Northern Lands. Like, I'm here to make a name for myself and increase my renown. And they're like, okay, cool. And he's like, so is there any stuff here for me to increase my renown? And I think that kind of earns him some quiet respect here, right? So let's roll to see if we can find anything out. 2. So Ermenrich's contraption is somewhere in the Temple of the Ruthless Ogre. Now, what is the Ruthless Ogre? It sounds exciting. Let's find out what the Ruthless Ogre is. Where it is. No, it's down to the southwest. We don't need to be inside of the room. We don't want to know where the room is. Oh, that looks exciting. Yes, it's a couple of days walk through the swamps. They're like, really? Possible treasure? There's a lot of treasure in here. Ooh, we want it. We want it all. Interestingly, there's no... I'd quite like to like a little bit of history on the Temple of the Ruthless Ogre. I kind of presume that there's an ogre in there. Okay, well that's exciting. That sounds like a place where we could go and earn renown. I think one of the quick things to check is whether or not it's horrifically overpowered for us. Hit dice 1. Lots of hit dice 1 on there. Okay, well, this sounds like I will definitely consider this location. So this is the second bar inn that we've been to, right? So I reckon if we go back to the overworld and we go back to Gura. Take us back to Gura. We will never leave Goomba. And take us into the city. Thank you very much. And we are currently at the Mage's Spear Tavern, and we've had a fine fight, and we're quite happy. This would be interesting, right? Maybe we could pick up some. If we're going to go to this place, maybe we should pick up a wizard and a thief, maybe. How would we handle our henchmen? I reckon the henchmen can really just do the thing that they're good at, right? And you have like a henchman tracker. So if we're in like if we had like a, can you see my hands over here? If I do this, let's just check. Yeah. If we had like a henchman tracker, right? So if we went to wizard, it's got a pointy hat. Obviously. And then magic use 1. We're level 1. Magic use 1. Harm levels 2. So they could take 2 harm before their DEAD. And they could do use magic, right? As an action. That would be a wizardy thing. Now, if we had like a thief, what do we think our thief would look like? Oh, well, it looked like an egg. Probably with like a bowl cut going on. We kind of shifty eyes like that, right? Shifty looking thief. So specialist. What could a specialist do? They'll have 2 levels of harm again, and they can. Maybe each of them will have their own thing going on, right? But let's go backstab. Right. That's a weirdly specific one, but, you know, whatever. And level 1. Maybe henchmen don't even level up. Uh-oh, I just moved the thing out of wherever it was for the thing needs to be for the thing. You know what I mean? The stuff. What should we call it? The thingamajig. Yeah, exactly, right? So if we go like these two could be... If we get like these two to be our hench folk, minions, you know, happy folk. Oh, it'd help if they're still in view with my beautiful artwork. Look at them. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? Look at them. The specialist of a magic user. I don't know if I want to introduce them or not. We'll see. Shall we? Let's have a look at who they could be. If we go back to browser. And we go here, and we go, so, Emeris Fiedland. He has deep, commanding voice, piercing blue eyes, and a limp, worthless. Oh, right, and a limp. Fair enough. Not really the greatest. Oh, my word. Lots of armor. Big lad. But we weren't in the market for a fighter anyway. Oh wow, Mysteria of Gura is a wizard. She has dark, piercing eyes. Lots of piercing eyes, I notice. Delicate makeup, smelly breath. Fair enough. I love your piercing eyes. I've had smelly breath. It reminds me of a fishmonger's. So yeah, okay, fair enough. That's an option there. And what I do think is interesting. Yeah. So one of the problems, of course, with VStream is that I don't think there are any integrations with Streamlabs stuff. I don't understand how any of it works. I barely understand how computers work. In fact, I don't understand how computers work. Never ask me about a computer ever in my entire life. It was my career for 18 years. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. It wasn't too bad. So, I mean, clerics are just another kind of magic user as far as I'm concerned. They just use... I don't know. I ain't even into it. Who cares? Weirdos. Okay, well, we found out about the Temple of the Ruthless Ogre. We should probably make a note of that, right? We find out about the Temple of the Ruthless Ogre. Was that what it's called? Temple of the Ruthless Ogre. Yeah. And we'd found out that there's a contraption in there's some kind of weird Elmo's contraption, right? Ogre is spelled with an R and an E. And there we are, right? Oh wow, the link copies across. That's useful. Does it work? I don't know. Save. What else did we find out? Oh yeah, we're also who was it we upset that group from before in the other bar? What was the other bar? City of Gura. Back to Goomba. Come to us, Goomba. What are we doing? We're in Black Torch Tavern, right? That's where we picked up these guys. And the White Ghosts is that's a name, eh? So if I go back, can I just go White Ghosts? Copy, and then angered for White Ghosts. That's a thing. So do I think we're going to do the whole... And also, is this in the right place? No, it needs to be here. There we go. There we go. Yay, we're back. That is cool. We're good. We're happy. Double check to see if anyone said anything anyway. No, cool. We're still safe. We're safe. No chats. We're all good. Nobody wants to see the adventure of Resume. I mean, we're not doing much building out of a PBTA system, apart from the fact we've decided we've got this carousing move, right? So we've got this carousing move. So this is for getting rumours and what not. Or, as in Resum's case, for getting into fights with groups of people. Because he's not actually directly found a rumour. But we gave him a rumour based off of the fact that he taught those people a sound lesson about upsetting him. And everyone was very impressed by his violence, his capacity to commit and enforce violence. So that's cool. That's a thing. Now, I reckon he still wants a couple more rumours, right? So this was the afternoon. He's going to go do his night round in another bar. He's going to go to... so, did we start in the Gloomy Troll? No, we started off in the Black Torch. So let's go to the Gloomy Troll Tavern. They do ale and cider. As we know, we're a cider kind of person. We've already eaten dinner, so we're fine. And here again, we're going to try and do a bit of carousing, right? We're going to try and make some exciting friends. Then, as we know, if it lands outside, we re-roll it. 9. That's a 10, right? Because we've got +1. So I reckon he gets 2 rumours for getting a 10, and nothing bad happens. Nothing bad. So 3. An orc was spotted in 1,000 Shrines Ridge. Oh, well. Let's take that. Not there. We want to go here. An orc was spotted in 1,000 Shrine Ridge. Interesting. And second one. One. Heward Riverbone's custom fit armor is actually armor +2. Is somewhere in the caverns of the burning slaves. Well, that sounds deeply unpleasant. The cavern of the burning slaves. We don't need the box, do we? No. If we don't take the H, maybe. Okay. And then we can come back here and give it the H. There we go. Okay. Well, that sounds exciting. So we've got 3 places. We've got the Caverns of the Burning Slaves, which has apparently got some exciting armour. We've got 1,000 Shrine Ridge, and we've got the White Ghost. But we've also got these job boards as well. Help requested: an heirloom of sentimental value is stolen. I'll reward anyone who is kind enough to get it back. Yours, Herwood Riverbone. So we're going to try and find out where Herwood is. I don't think it'll be difficult. I kind of presume that his address is on there. So Herwood Riverbone. He's enchanting a 2. That's not interesting. Okay, right. The custom fit armor is lost, also claimed. Oh, right. Okay, so the heirloom, his heirloom is that. Okay, cool. So he's down here outside of the city walls. So we'll go and meet this guy. And I don't. He's not going to be hiding. We're not expecting anything. So he says if someone finds his custom fit armor, he'll give them 390 gold pieces. It's in the caverns of the burning slaves. And we're like, okay, whereabouts are the caverns of the burning slaves? Well, they're to the south. Okay, so they're to the south. So, again, lots of excitement going on in here. So, if we go back to the kingdom of Vavania, right, so that's to the south. Now, none of these will have names on them, so he's just going to have to go into any old hole he finds. So he might end up going into this place instead, or he might go here, he might get completely lost. But that's what he's going to do. Tomorrow he's going to set out and he's going to get to one of these, right? So he spent another 2 coins. He spent another coin in the bar. Oh, so he's down to 27 coins, and it's going to cost. What was the price for a room in? We go back to Gura. We go to the city of Gura. There's a lodge. Maybe we could go to. I presume a lodge is an actual sleeping location. Bench and a roof. Oh, there we go. 1 occupant, 4 silver pieces. So all right, that's not even going to touch it. So, but he's also going to get some drinks in. And yeah, he's. Oh, there are rumours here as well. Shall we see if we can pick up another rumour? Let's see if we can pick up another rumour. Go on. Carousing hasn't gone badly so far, has it? No. 7, 8. Okay, well that's not a horrible failure. So I reckon that he only gets 1, and it costs him some money. So it costs him another 5 coins to get the information. Bontempo Chamga is up to something. Okay, fair enough. Is up to something that costs us another 5 coins. So that's so we've taken up 6, 21 coins we're down to. So we've got 21 coins. 21 coins to go. We've got 21 coins to go. If you need another coin, you're going to have to go somewhere else because we've got 21 coins to go. Help requested: an heirloom was stolen from me. I will reward anyone who finds it. Trimmer of Riverbourne. I wonder what this is. Maybe we'll check this out in the morning, right? Okay, cool. So in the morning, before heading out, we're up early. But so before heading out, we're going to go to the Trimmer of Riverbourne. Right? Oh, and it's right next door. So the Trimmer, bulging eyes, thin brown hair, and a neckband. Joyful. He's very joyful. He didn't sound joyful. The reason he's got bulging red eyes is because he's out on the piss, right? He's boozed up. He's a bit of an enjoyer of the old drinky poos. Welcome to my hat shop. Oh yeah, welcome to my clothes store. How are you? And do you need some clothes? You look like you might need some clothes. And of course, Resume looks at himself and goes, I don't understand why I would need more clothes. I am perfectly fine as I am. Everyone becomes posh or very not posh, depending on where I started. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I've lost a contraption. In the tomb of twisted blood. What secret research? Yeah, so so he doesn't know what he's lost, right? He describes it, and he's like, yes, it's this kind of stone. It's got this look to it. It's very machinery-like. It'd be wonderful if you could get it back for me. I'll pay 2,300 gold. You know, that's a lot of money. Well, I mean, he does make royal dresses, apparently, so that's not entirely surprising now that I think about it. So, yeah, cool. This is something else that we could go check out, right? Let's take a copy of that. You like spending time in the Fearless Unicorn Lodge? Oh, actually, so... Where was that? That's where we stayed last night, right? So we may as well... So, in fact, we heard directly from him. He was like, oh, yes... Oh, it's terrible affairs. Lost my magic rock. Oh, it'd be great if you managed to go and find my magic rock. So we're going to go find his magic rock. Clothing and Gura. We need to take down the guy's name because otherwise we'll never find him again. So if we go back. And we go, so this is the Fearless Unicorn, the Trimmer Riverborn. I should have read this. This is exciting stuff. See, this tool is wild, right? For a free tool, it's absolutely ridiculous. So that's for Trimmer of Riverborn. Cool. I mean, we don't know where it is. So we don't know this part, but you know, we know he's looking for something stony, and we'll go find it for him. So that's cool, and yeah, we head out. So we didn't need to do this in the morning. We did this last night when we were drinking fine ale. So this is why, you know, we had to spend so much money. Cool, top bananas. Well, let's head out. Let's go. Let's go adventuring, people. Off into the wilds. So we can leave the city of Gura. We've left the city of Gura. So we know we're going south, right? And it's near the river. So we're going to head along the river. Because you don't need to roll for being lost from the river or you'll first move off of it. So we're going to go... And so these are going to be 5-mile hexes. And he can do... He's on his own. He can do... Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to get these two. Let's ask ourselves the question, right? Come back here. So, do I move this out of view? Probably. Okay, right. So, again, 1 to 3, he's going to go alone. 4 to 6, he's going to go get the henchman. 1. Okay, so he's going to do it alone. He's got no qualms about this. He's very Conan, right? We're very Conan. We're just going to go. We're going to get him there. We're going to steal the money, get the ladies, and not have them get shot by an evil king with a snake arrow. That's what we're going to do. So 1, 2, 3. Now, given we don't know what these are, I think 1 to 3 he's going to go for that one. 4 to 6 he's going to go for that one. Right? 4 to 6. So he goes for this one down here. Right? Now it's the sun is setting. The night is here. We should roll to see whether or not there is an encounter today. So 1d6 roll. Is there going to be an encounter today? On a 1, there is. Other numbers, no. No. Okay. So he's going to camp out. Kind of. He can see the end. He can see the place, but he's not. He's not in there. Okay. cave is under a wooden trapdoor. Buried fight. Well, he's not going to find those two, is he? In the cave is located behind a giant skull's gaping mouth. That sounds like the one we're probably going to find, doesn't it? What's the weather like? We're in a dry season at the moment, I think. Yeah. And then need a second dice for it. 10. It's partially cloudy. Well, I mean, we're starting at the start of the season. I think it's foggy, right? Because it's the start of spring. Right? We're starting a campaigning season. Now, this is going to be a day, so we're going to mark off one of his food rations he's going to have used. So I don't know if I showed this when I did it. So I just got like a little square trackers for each thing. Yes, my handwriting is dreadful, I know. Truly, truly awful. But yeah, so we're going to do that, and we're going to mark that off. One of his foods. So he's eaten a ration. He's had a camp. He's, in fact, well, let's see. I mean, he strikes me as someone who might try and hunt for the night. Right, now what do we think hunting is? If we go back to our list of things, right? Do we think applying force, being nimble, toughing it out, spout law, deduce circumstances? So I think there's another wisdom skill, isn't there? Right? There's hunting, tracking, and survival. Right? I don't know what we'd call the move, because you wouldn't go, oh, look, it sounds like you're hunting, tracking, and survivaling. But we could think about a name for the move. In fact, would it be... No. I thought I had something there for a moment, but it left. So I think that's a skill. And the question is it... Yeah, I mean, you never know what might happen out there, right? With a 4, so that's a 5. What's my wisdom? My wisdom is 0, right? Let's check. Yeah, wisdom is 0. So that's a 5. So that's not good. So something bad has happened during the night whilst we were out hunting. So not only did we not get any food, I reckon we came across a group of... just being monsters is always boring, right? What do we think happened? What interesting things might have happened? Let's roll the die. We go back over here. Save this. Right. If we save this and then we go to... not fighters' abilities. I don't need this. I need this. Yes, you. Random event. Roll. Something bad happens to the PC. Okay, yeah. Haggle. Adversities. Okay, what? Haggle, adversities, negative to a PC. Whilst we're out hunting. Right, whilst we're out hunting, we come across a small hut in the in the wilderness, and it's got kind of like a vegetable patch, and there's chickens outside, so it's kind of like it's a nice wee cottage out there, right? And we're like, okay, cool. There's a cottage. That's very nice, and there's a crotchety old lady there, and yeah, he because he's a bit, he's not very. In fact, he's running through the garden before he's even realised he's in this garden, right? So he's running through this here garden of this house, chasing like a chasing like a boar or something. It scared him because he's such a presence. And this old lady comes in, what on earth do you think you're doing? And he's like, what? And he kind of stumbles a bit, and yes, you there. What are you doing? You're standing on my daisies. And he kind of looks down. He's like, I'm sorry, old hag. I did not intend on trampling upon your daisies. This is I'm grievously sorry for what I have done. And she's like, what are you? What kind of grown boy stands all over someone's daisies? Are you just a little child? And he's like, no, I guarantee you, I am not a little child. He's like, you strike me as a little child, you horrible, brutish, dastardly individual. And he's very put back by this. And she turns to him and goes, I will put a curse on you, you fiendish individual, until you return to me as something of value. He's like, what do you mean a curse? I do not deserve a curse. I'm a very nice barbarian. I'm here to raid a skull castle and free a gentleman's suit of armor or something. And she's like, I hear nothing of it. So she's going to curse him, right? And I reckon the curse is going to give him what do we think it will give him? Enfeebled? Make him weak? Sickened? Faltering? Befuddled? I mean, he's already at -2 intelligence. If he got any more befuddled, he'd be Boris Johnson. So probably not that one. Wisdom? Making him rash? I think it'll be wisdom, right? So let's just mark off that. And you must return to me with something to set my heart and mind at ease. And she kind of waves her hands around, and he's like, I don't feel much different, but I definitely think that I should probably resolve this situation as soon as possible. I wonder, do you know when you got that thing and you're always like, I wonder if the chat's working properly, or it's not working properly. I don't know. I never know. But it's fine. We'll keep going. So we've been caught and cursed by this little old lady. Let's make sure we've got a wee marker to track that we've been cursed. So so we don't have these folks with us because we were oh so bold. And this one we've dealt with that, right? But now. And put those there for later, because I have a feeling that we're gonna. What do we think would be a nice wee sign for being cursed? Something like. Something like that, right? I said that, I didn't show you. Not like that. I drew like an M with 2 dots on it, and I realised that wasn't what I wanted. So, cursed. But cursed. Worth remembering. I just like doodling on the cards. I can't help it. It's a thing, right? Let me just go have a quick. I always like to do a quick check around the midpoint. Just go. Did I send things to all of the things, or didn't I? I can't remember. So. I always think that well, YouTube is definitely here. Where's the YouTubes? Let's just check that we're here. And often I forget how just computers work, because that's what I do. And that was my Alien stream. It got 0 views, which I think is quite impressive. I think 0 views is an achievement. And you should be impressed if you manage to also get 0 views. I mean, currently we managed to do 0 views on YouTube, so I appreciate that. That makes it worth all the time and effort. But I mean, as I've said before, I really do this so that I focus. As you can tell by how little I focus when I am doing it, right? You can imagine how when I'm streaming, you can just imagine how little focus I have when I am doing it alone, right? So good, they are all working, and there's only just Hershey's comment on the one, right? Just wanted to double check. If you're there and alive, feel free to say anything, but I kind of presume everything's bots. But I do get a new follower, some Hime Day. I presume that's a princess of some sort, but maybe it isn't. I have to check them out. It's always nice when someone follows you, even if they're just doing it so they can work towards their... I don't even know if VStream still has that kind of 100 viewer thing. But according to the numbers, my place to be is VStream. So that's good. Really, because I quite like just to be on VStream. I think everything else kind of... Twitch, there's always the risk that you're going to get, you know, Twitch people. Gamers for gamer bros. And VStream, it's always like... YouTube, you never know what you're going to get. You've got all the weirdness of YouTube. Browser. Back to the browser. Here we are. We're back again. Back once again. Like the Renegade Master. D4 Damager. Power to the people. Right, cool. So we've got that. We've got Cursed. So that wasn't a great hunt. We ended up having to eat our rations anyway. We thought, oh, we're gonna go do the survival thing. But it turns out Barbarian's not great at survival. No. And now he's rash, so we've got to bear that in mind, right? So everything we've got to do, we're taking way more chances than we should be taking, and we enter through a cave that's located behind a giant skull's gaping mouth. In we go. Now in. Wait, where did it say what I went into? Oh goodness, let's go back out again. Let's go back out. Okay, cave entrance. Room 46. Okay, right, so we're here. Right, 46. After me just saying earlier, one thing I'm going to try and not deal with is spiders. Description. Dense spider webs are stretched between cave columns, and the stalactites have some spots of yellow ooze on. There's also a colourful glow emitted from the ground. So we've got our torch out. But let's change the audio. Seeing as we're in a dungeon, let's get something dungeony. Let's get something dungeony. Not this page. This page. I haven't sorted this out, so I play a lot of OSC. Well, I used to play a lot of OSC. If I had like people who wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, I'd play a lot of OSC. But no one wants to play old school Dungeons and Dragons. Everyone wants to play 5e, and I'm really not kind of a person who's kind of in the mood for that. And this is probably where we're really going to get into the nuts and bolts of PBTA. I don't know. The bonus, the thing that I really like, the thing that we really need to think about are the moves, and whether or not we want lots of moves, or whether or not we don't want lots of moves. I don't really know. If we do, we might just steal a whole bunch of moves from Dungeon World. Oh, goodness. Something that we should have been bearing in mind, and we didn't bear it in mind. We forgot all about it. We rolled 3. We've rolled 3 bad rolls, right? That's why we got cursed, and that's why we got in those 2 fights. So what we do need is we need an XP tracker, right? XP. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 XP. We do still have to make a decision about how we're going to do XP, but you know, for now, maybe it'll be like each level is 10 times that level, right? So level 1 is 10 XP. To get to level 2, you need 20 XP. To get to level 3, you need 30 XP. Or maybe exponential, so 10, 20, 40, no, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160. Maybe something like that. Because then you end up in the levels for quite a long time. And that's a very OSR-y kind of thing. Anyone who knows me will think what I don't like about OSR is everyone tries to make it really deadly, and I'm like, well, that's not what was enjoyable. Well, not as far as I was concerned. I found the thing that was most enjoyable was kind of like progress felt earned, right? Anyway, we've got lots of notes, we've found lots of things, and we're gonna just get in here, and we are going to yeah. There are a few dozen colourful bioluminescent mushrooms. Anyone consuming these will gain the same effects as if they consumed a potion of invisibility. This is funny, right? Okay, so there are all these weird mushrooms around. He is currently rash. So I reckon, as he's rash, he's going to eat a potion. Because he's rash. And now he's rash and invisible. What does invisibility... So he's invisible. Because I would say like a potion of invisibility is different from a spell of invisibility, right? So a spell of invisibility, all your stuff is invisible. I reckon with a potion of invisibility, all his stuff is visible. But he is naked. I mean, not naked, invisible, right? So you can see his sword, but you can't see his arm. He looks like a floating sword and a floating torch with like some furs and levers that's floating, but there's no body in between, right? I reckon that's going to be interesting. And if he got naked, he'd be entirely invisible. So let's have a little card for being invisible, because he's rash. The question is, how long do we think it will last? Normally 2d6 turns, right? Is it? How long does this potion normally last in OSE? Let's have a look. New window. OSE potion length. 1d6 plus 6 turns. Okay. So we roll 1d6. 4, 10. 10 turns. But also, as soon as he's gone invisible, there's a few dozen of these mushrooms. So he's going to pick a whole bunch of them, which is going to take him a turn. So that's 10 minutes. So it's just 2 turns in this room. But whatever, we're good. Picking mushrooms. So we should roll for a random monster. 2, no random monster. What I would be interested in is there a... yeah, okay, right. So there's a random monster table in here as well. So we'll keep that there. Cool. Top bananas. Okay, so we're invisible. What do we think we do for an invisible little sign? If we just go like, oh, yes, look at us. We've got really long legs. Whee! Round hands. Like so, right? Don't worry, you'll be able to see my beautiful artwork in a moment. Invisible. Look how beautiful this one is. Oh, it's truly, I tell you, a work of art. I do nothing but the highest quality works of art, right? So we're invisible. But all our stuff is still visible. And we're on turn 2 of our delve. Right. So we'll be using normal OSR rules. So that's 6 turns in a section. Your last turn you need to rest. And each 6 is an hour, right? And you can dungeon for 8 hours before needing a sleep. And he can move 9 squares. So I'm kind of presuming these are. Let's click back into here. I'm presuming that these are. Yeah, these big ones are 10 inch. Not 10 inch, 10 foot. Right? I reckon. Do you reckon? Well, yeah, so the big ones are probably 10 foot and the intermediate ones are 5 foot. Right? So, yeah, we've got a couple of dozen magic mushrooms. We're invisible for, what was that? I can't remember. I rolled a number. 2 plus 6, it was 8 turns, right? So, 8 turns. I should probably have a little marker on here, right? Then I'll bring this to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've done 1, 2. We used 2. So we're gonna 1, 2. What's in 32? The flowstone on the ground shimmers through the darkness, and the ground is covered with splatters of dark matter. There's also a colourful glow emitting from the ground. A few green and purple bioluminescent mushrooms are growing from cracks. Anyone consuming these will suffer a -2 penalty to attack rolls for the next hour. As we've noted, he's rash, so he eats a mushroom. And now he feels sickened, right? So we'll mark off sickened. However, this is sickened is only a 1d6 turns. So if we get a little picture of a dude vomiting, yeah. Then we'll put a 1. How many rounds is it going to be? How many turns? Only 1 turn. Oh, well, I'm going to do it the same as thingy. So 1 plus 2. 1 plus. Let's do 1 plus 3, right? 4 turns. Sick. There we go. He's a wee bit there we go. Sick. There. So that's going to use up a turn. So he's on 3 turns. He's used up another turn of his invisibility. We'll start counting his sick vomitiness next move. But it was, we ain't cheating. We're doing it. Anything that he sees that looks like it's edible is going right in his mouth. Unless it's like it looks really, really dangerous, like it's bubbling and smoke. I had a player who drank everything, and they died reasonably quickly. Their character, at least this character, because they drank acid and it killed them. We won't go that far, but he's clearly into. Which, ironically, of course, mushrooms by and large, you shouldn't eat mushrooms that you don't know 100% are safe because they'll kill you. So anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in room 20. What's room 20? I don't know. I clicked on it. A torn canvas bag was left on the ground near the entrance to this area. So you see this ground with this bag and think, oh, wait a minute. Oh, goodness. All right, no, this is fine. So this is turn 4. So we should roll the random monster encounter this turn as well. But remember, we're still invisible. And we're still sick. So, there we go. Sick and invisible. Invisibly sick. And, yeah. The area is dark and cold and the ground is covered with cracks. There is a big crate near the far wall. Well, of course, we're opening the crate. Duh. But I reckon this should be a dice roll, right? This should be a roll, and it'll be. What do we think it'll be? I think it'll be a B. It'll be a B nimble roll. Is it? Is it really? Is it really gonna be? Yeah, I think so. 8. So he goes over. He opens it. Leaps back. Did we need? Save. So I suppose this is basically. So it opens it up. He takes for point of harm. He gets 40 gold pieces, right? So he opens the box. It has got stuff in it, and he's been injured. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. So he's taken the first level of harm. Now, what do we think? What do we think his first level of harm will be for? Because he's taken acid damage. Acid damage. Is it acid? Yeah, a strong acid ooze was applied to the crate. If undetected, there is a 2 in 6. Oh, a 2 in 6 chance of touching. No, so right. So because he was doing get be nimble. He opened it up. He did touch it because he failed. He got an in-betweeny roll. So he opens it up. He gets the gold, but he also gets the harm. And I think it's kind of indeterminate harm. I don't think it does anything. So we'll just go scarred, right? Yeah, scarred. I don't know how to spell scarred. Scar. Does it end up being the same as scared? I don't know. Scarred. I don't think it'll have any lasting implications, but we did get 40 gold pieces, so you know that's a thing. Where should I track the gold? Let's just track it on my pad of paper for now. So we found 40 gold pieces. So roll the dice to see if we also encounter a random monster. We do not. Things are going well down here. So now the question is, we're in here. Do we go south? Do we go northeast or northwest? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I mean, we know that this is probably the end, so we'll go to the 36, right? I think that's a no-brainer. I think you can see that there's no thing. There are stains of what seem to be blood on the ground, stalagmites. There's also a colourful, and also remember there was that dodgy cobweb earlier on. There are also colourful glow emitting from the ground. There are a few dozen colourful bioluminescent mushrooms from cracks in the ground. Anyone consuming these might be severely poisoned. Well, what's he going to do? He's going to eat them. Because he is an idiot. And he is currently double idioted. Now the impact will be slightly different. It'll probably have to be probably, I mean, he's already sickened, so he can't be sickened again. Possibly weakened, right? Anyway, let's roll. So he's going to eat it. Oh, come back here, dice. So what do we think? Yeah, he's eating it. It sounds like he needs a tough roll, so that's 7, 8. And I think this means that, you know, he eats it. He's not really dying. But he's going to be... Yeah, he's going to be... Have I got a green? I think I got green. Let's do a green. It might be brown. Same things as far as I'm concerned. Green, brown, it's all the same to me. So we just go... So we're going to do this again. Is going to be a D6 plus 3, 10. Only 5, so that's 8. Poisoned. Awesome. Any more exciting effects that you can pick up? So the poisoned is going to be... So with a sick, that's fine. With a poisoned, it's going to be enfeebled, right? Enfeebled. So there we go. I think that's our enfeebledness. Oh, we're enfeebled. We're all so feeble. Neat with feebles. So we're enfeebled, so that sucks. We're going to add that to our list of significantly unpopular effects that are affecting us. And let's carry on. So he's lost his strength bonus. He's lost his constitution bonus. He's also rash. So he's kind of like really stumbling through this. But I have remembered that he's got poultices and herbs. Slow working. So that would be like a turn. He might consume those at a turn 6, right, when he's having his little break. So we've done 36. I can't. Did I do the little tick? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's fine. And we're going to head into either 18 or 19. Yeah, which one are we going to go to next? 1, 2, 3. So if I go here, so 1 to 3, he's going to go that way. He's going to head in this direction. This direction, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, right? He's going to head for this. Head towards 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just gets him into there, right? And let's mark off all of our little things. So invisible, we're on turn 5. Sick, we're on turn 3. And enfeebled, we're on turn 1. What do you have here? Dense spiderwebs cover the stalactites and stalagmites, and the stalactites are covered with scorch marks. Flies swarm off bones covered with rotting flesh on the ground. Ugh. There are 35 rats inside, dragging around torn pieces of rotting flesh. Roll for reaction. Yeah, so this is... So we should OSR this one up, right? What we're looking for here. Oh, my word. 11. So these are... These rats love him. Right? I mean, clearly it's all that delicious. The delicious smell of... Well, also remembering... So they can smell him and they're like, wow, what's going on here? And he's like... looks at them and kind of kicks them to the side, and they kind of they think he's great. Basically, he's got tame rats, right? These rats are all about him. They love him. With an 11 +1 for his charisma, love him. Never before have they met a human being. Basically, they think he is a rat. On some level, he is clearly giving off like significant rat vibes. And so he gets to just, as long as he doesn't like get in the way of their food or attack their young, they're cool. They're cool with him. So he gets these 3 gems, right? 3,000 gold pieces worth of gems, right? We should also mark down that turn. So 3,000, 3 gems. 3 gems worth 3,000 GP. Now that would be enough to take him up to level 2 in traditional world. So we should also add into our little dungeon slime section here. There's also First encounter reaction, right? Charisma. And what we need is the... we need the Beckme. I've got my rules cyclopedia over there, but I can't really be bothered to go and get it. I got another book nearby? I don't have another book nearby. I've got the OSE books inside of my... OSE is one of those things that I discovered one day, but I had like 3 copies of, maybe 4 copies of, by accident. So I got them off of Humble Bundle one day, and I bought them on drive-through-RPG. I have them in physical print, and I think I got them off of a bundle of holding as well. So, and then I accidentally bought the standard to advanced box set as well. So I got a lot of OSE Old School Essentials, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to do is find it. Old School Essentials. Just go with normal rules too. 1 to 4. So let's have a quick look through here for the reaction table. Just get out of the way. Oh, we're in thingy mode. Single pages. Thank you very much. Just about get it. Adventuring, running adventures, monsters, dungeons, wilderness, do encounters. Probably this one. Encounter distance. I should really bear this in mind. Here it is. 2 or less. So if we just can, for now, let's just take a copy of this. Let's take a copy of it, because again, as I've noted, we should probably turn this into a you know what I mean. Yeah, of course you do. We should turn this into a more OSR-y kind of, not OSR-y, a more, for goodness sakes, I've forgotten how to use a goddamn keyboard. Stop it. Right. What we need to do is more 6 minus the attack, 7 to 10, they will not attack if given something. 11 plus 7 to 9. 10 plus they are friendly. Right? Cool. Spell properly. Okay. Back here. Sorry. So yeah, they're cool. We got those. That's turn 5. Turn 6. Random monsters, no random monsters. Tick off a round of invisible. I presume it's kind of because, you know, we've got all the throwing up and stuff, so being sick is expired, so we can take that off. So if we take it off of the tracker, no longer sickened. Hooray! We're no longer sickened. We are still enfeebled. Are we going to get rid of the poison? No, we'll stick with the poison. We're big kids. We're not worried about a little bit of poison. And so we could see that this really opens out over here, right? Caverns, such a pain in the ass to navigate, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next thing. Where are we going? Where do we do? Straight, left, right, straight. It's a shame there isn't like a tick box in here to go investigated, right? Or re-roll room as well would probably be quite useful. Because, in fact, if I click on here, can you? Do you? 21. No. Okay. Oh no, wait. That's not. If I go here, we're in right click. No. So on the world map, you can kind of regenerate areas and regenerate sections. You clearly can't here. So we're in 9 with our new friends, the rats, and we're gonna. I think the obvious thing is just keep going through into this large space, right? And especially because he's rash at the moment, right? So he's just boldly going forward. So we're going to go to 3. More stains of what seem to be blood. We can't hear anything. There's no sound at all. Something in here makes the hair on the back of my neck stand. There's a flail snail. What a ridiculous thing to have. Do you know what a flail snail looks like? Let's go find a flail snail. Let me find it in secret, because you never know what might turn on when you search for images. This thing. Well, it's. Oh well, that's one of a thingy background. Cool. If we go to here and we go here, let's just go. After making friends with some rats, maybe due to all the poison we've eaten, all the mushrooms we've eaten, mushrooms we're currently on, and taking their free gems worth 3,000 gold pieces. We encountered a flail snail. I don't know anything about flail snails, other than the fact that they're a problem. Look at it. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? That's a flail snail. Jesus. So what does it say about a flail snail in here? Not in here. In here. Alright, so very hard to hit. 4 hit dice. It does 4 attacks with its 4 to 6 attacks with its club tentacles. Sounds like a delicious sandwich. Thaco 16. Alright, so it's got both. Oh, no, that's it to hit. Movement, very slow. Saving throws, a lot of saving throws. We don't worry about saving throws anyway. Morale. A wooden barrel containing fancy armor. Well, this ginormous snail. I think that was 1 second. Well, there you go. I've just got a sausage sandwich delivered, so I might have to eat that after we attempt to get around the flail snail. I should probably remove the. I bet you couldn't see any of that when I was talking about it. No, well, it's too late now. No one told me. This is the flail snail. The flail snail. Oh no, you probably could see it. Yeah, you were probably good. So let's deal with this flail snail. Oh, my housemate's just celebrating his completed dudes. His completed dudes. He completed his dudes. He made dudes. What were we doing? Oh, yes, we're trying not to get killed by a flail snail. So, but he's rash. He's currently rash. And it does look like a good fight. Oh, goodness. Rash, not stupid. He's going to fight with flail snail. Well, he's going to get him and do something to the flail snail. Flail snail, you know, he's giant snail with flails. Interesting, yeah. It's got lots of flails, right? Flail snail. Four levels of harm. What do we think the flail snail does? I mean, it's predominantly just about smashing folk, right? I mean, it's not a complicated monster. It's a monster which is a snail with flails. A very British monster. But what he's going to do, because this is the kind of guy he is, he's going to grab the rope and grapple from his bag, and what he's going to do is he's going to run in there and he's going to swing this hook around the beastie's flails, and he's going to tie them all together so it can't flail. No flailing. Bear in mind, he's not well at the moment, so he's got no strength bonus. But this is definitely sounds like he's trying to do something dexterous, doesn't it? So let's give that a roll. So yeah, that's what he's trying to do. 8. Well, that's good. So that's a success of a consequence. So he flips it round, it spins around a couple of times, and all its flails are all kind of stuck and they can't get anywhere. And as a consequence, that rope is permanently sacrificed, right? He loses a set of adventuring gear. So yeah, he's bundled up its wee thingies, and now he's going to go in and smack it with his sword, right? So the sword is +1 harm. He's doing his violence. Well, it used to be called do violence. Now it's just exert strength, right? So he's going to go in to smash it with his sword. 7. So that's an 8, not a 7. He doesn't get a bonus for strength because he's not strong at the moment. He's enfeebled. He's so feeble. So he smashes it, right? But he does two levels of wounds to it. Flail snail's got a bit of a wound, bit of the old wounds going on. We'll go to this dramatic reenactment over here, right? Dramatic reenactment. So, flail snail. See, it's currently all fat, but now all its little things are all stuck together and trying to move around its head, but it just can't. And he damages it, but it because its flails are all tied up, it can't damage him. But I reckon it snaps the rope holding all the flails together, right? Oh, I'm down to one viewer now, and I kind of presume that one viewer on all channels is the whatchamacallit, the bot, right? Anyway, the flailing snail there is down to 2 hits. The rope snapped, so its flails have come free, so it can now flail if it's able to and do damage to our boy. But he's not deterred, right? He leaps up and he's gonna kind of ram his sword through it, right? Yeah. He's gonna go up. He's gonna do it. He's gonna. This floating sword with these stuff 7. So he hits it and he does the other two harm levels worth of damage to the snail. Kind of chop him the flail snail in 2. In a a truly successful exertion of snail flail devastation, and the flail snail kind of collapses, but it does get something does happen because we only rolled a 7. What do we think happened? Let's see. Let's have a quick check, right? So, this flail snail. What's in number 3? Oh no, what's in number 4 for a moment? Casilla. Sounds like an angry. Oh my god. It's a 1. Oh wow, look at that. Fucking 2 gorgons. Oh dear. Definitely, if he's going to be wise, he's going to run away. 10 kobolds. In their lair. So we should probably mark off alright. For the turn, he's less invisible. And the flail snail is dead. And he's still poisoned. But that's fine. What's it going to cost him? So this is one of the reasons for trying to do this solo, is that you're gonna start building up your ability to randomly come up with nonsense. So you get 3 options. So you can either take damage, and I reckon the flail snail does 3 wounds, 3 harm. I reckon so it either does 3 harm. Because it's a flail snail and its flails are free. It can fling him into a more dangerous situation, or he can sacrifice something, right? And I reckon what do we think it'll be? The flail snail's just very smashy. So it goes to smash him. And he... What will he do? What will he do? I don't know. He's going to... It smashes him. Anyway, so if you're a player, you definitely select at this time to sacrifice something, right? You're not gonna take that extra level of damage because that's a lot of damage. So yeah, you're gonna sacrifice adventuring gear, but how? What's he doing with adventuring gear? What's he gonna do with his adventuring gear? What might he have in his ropes, poles? Yeah, so I mean, he gets he manages to I don't see what he can do with his adventuring gear. If I'd had an armor, I'd have the armor expire. And because it's dead, he's not going to get into... I mean, he could do less damage. And then have another round of a flail snail. I reckon he gets knocked off a ledge. Right? So he's holding onto the side of a ledge. It whacks him, and he goes... So he hasn't lost another level of thing. He's been put into a more dangerous situation. Right? So he's hanging on to a ledge. And now whilst hanging off this ledge, he's going to have to try and not be... He's going to try... There's no one else out here to kind of help him. So he's not going to... he's not going to get rescued because he's on his own. So he's going to have to try a feat of strength to just pull himself out of this hole. So... And he doesn't with a 4. So I reckon what we're going to have to do, because that would be he falls to his death, I suspect. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use one of his precious luck points. Because remember, luck points don't replenish, but we can turn a failure into a success, into a straight success. So we're going to use a luck point, and we're not going to die, right? So luck point expired, and he pulls himself he's about to slip, and as he's about to slip, he in fact maybe he does slip, right? He slips, but as he goes down, he grabs onto to an old rope that had been hanging there, and he pulls himself back up with that. And he pulls back up onto the surface, and he's not dead. And seeing as I've got this sandwich here that needs eating, I'm gonna call it there. So it's been a pleasure, my wonderful humans. I think it was pretty interesting as a system. I think it works. I think we're gonna get back here soon, and we're going to keep going, right? So we're in... Just make a note of where we are. We're in... Look, you. Come back here. We're in room 3. And we've just defeated a flail snail, right? So we're in room 3. Let's just put it here, right? Room 3. Ta-da! I don't know if you can see it. Ta-da! Room 3. So we'll remember we're in room 3. If nothing else. And we defeated a flail snail. Ta-da! Dead flail snail. Hooray! And we're still very sick. Right? And we're still cursed. And we're just about still invisible. But we do have a pouch. A pouch full of... We best make a note of that, actually, right? So it's just invisibility mushrooms. And then we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 11, 12, right? Because there are several dozen. He grabbed a whole bunch of them. And this is 1d6 plus 6 turns invisible. Right. Ta-da! Magic mushrooms. Cool. I might be back later. I might not. We'll see. That was fun. I thought it was fun. You all have fun now. I'm going to go.